Good morning. I'm going to be making meringues this morning. I realized yesterday when the kids came home from school, we were kind of out of sweets. We had a little ice cream in the bottom of the fridge, but that's it. So sticking to my resolution, I'm going to make something. I am making what my grandmother called her forgotten cookies. And one of the things I love about this recipe is it says, put in a 350-degree oven, turn off the oven heat, leave, and go to bed. Now, I'm trying to get these done by the time my kids get home from school, but I love that concept that you just kind of, you needed your oven all day. If you're gonna make meringues, you couldn't use it for anything else. So I love the idea of just leaving them and going to bed. Now, her recipe calls for 3 egg whites. And I kind of need 4, because I've noticed that I buy good eggs, and so since they're so nice and orange, you want to keep those and use them for something. I think buying good eggs is really important. It's one of the least expensive ways to get really good high quality protein, and so it's worth it. But the things that you can make with egg yolks, a lot of them use dairy, like a custard, those kinds, a lot of the sweets. But there are 2 savory things I really like, and one of them is hollandaise or béarnaise. It's in the same family. And the other one is avgolemono, which is a really wonderful Greek sauce for fish, or you can make it as a soup with some chicken and rice. And those are both really delicious, wonderful applications of it. It's kind of going to depend on what I find at the grocery store later. But I want to get these in the oven before I do anything else so that they're ready. So I'm going to violate canon here a little bit, and I'm going to use 4 egg whites, and it just means we'll have more meringues. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one. We're going to use our little egg separator. And see, it kind of, the egg yolk gives up its white there. And if it doesn't, if it kind of wants to hold on to it a little bit, you can always pull on those little dangling bits and pull it off, but it should let go of most of it. And then I'm just going to put this one over here in our little bowl. This is my ancient Tupperware egg separator. This is sort of a family day. That was my mom's. And you want your whisk attachment for your mixer. And you're just going to kind of beat those on pretty high. It's on 6. And you want to beat those until they're stiff. About 20 years ago, my mom gave us for Christmas a recipe box with recipes from all of our aunties and my grandmother. My grandmother was from a family of 8, and my dad was from a family of 7. So we have a lot of aunties and a lot of really cool recipes that now I have in their handwriting, which is so sweet since so many of them are gone. And it's just really nice to have. I encourage you to do that. Gather recipes from your old people. Now my egg whites, you're trying to beat them until they're stiff. I'm going to grab the sugar. I was noticing in these videos, there's something missing here, and it's not the box island. It's the fact that before the box island was here, my rug was here. And it's Winston's favorite rug. So he's happy it's back. Now, for some reason, the sugar is really stiff. You want 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And just regular sugar is fine. And you want your oven on at 350. I do not recommend putting your cookie sheets on the oven, because then your cookie sheets will get warm and it'll be hard to get those egg whites to stay in a little puff. fact, I'm gonna move my eggs so I have space for a cookie sheet here. I'm sort of operating in tight circumstances here as we decide what to do with this 1960s kitchen. We're very retro today, making our 1960s recipes in our 1960s kitchen. All right, I'm going to turn this off. And the next step, and you see they're kind of fluffy like that. It's sort of a miracle. I love it. We're going to add some sugar. Add our sugar. We're going to stir those in. And we're also going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla. And this is one of those recipes where you don't want to go too far off. And the reason I'm adding, extra egg whites is okay because that's the vehicle. But if you add too much liquid, then they won't set up properly. Okay. I might add a little bit more since I did add an extra egg white. There we go. And then the other thing is, for this recipe, we use miniature chocolate chips and finely chopped pecans. Let me turn this off. And I'm going to get some of these egg whites. They kind of collect in the cage there. And I usually chop up my pecans myself, but I bought these at Christmas, and one of the things about it is that I keep my pecans in the freezer to keep them from going rancid, and then I found myself unable to chop them because they were so hard. And then you have to think in advance, and I don't always like to think in advance. All right, so here we've got a cup of miniature chocolate chips, and we're going to do a cup of pecans. Now, if you're allergic to nuts, you don't have to use nuts. If you're allergic to chocolate, you don't have to use chocolate. I was thinking last night that how good those freeze-dried strawberries would be in this. That would be really good. It would be like kind of a miniature pavlova. In case you don't know, pavlova is like the national dish of New Zealand. I have two good friends who live in New Zealand, and I miss them. It's very far away. So here now it's on 2. I just want to make sure that everything gets in there nice and combined. And you know what I need? I need a bigger spoon. This is the problem with starting cooking at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not as organized mentally. Take little dollops, and you have to work fast because you don't want your stuff to start to fall. You know, you want to take a little, looks like a couple tablespoons. It's about 1/4 cup. Here, I'll show you. It's about like that. And if you work fast enough, whatever size they are is the size they will be when they come out. And so this is going to make a couple different trays. So I'm going to do this one and throw it in. I'm going to violate the rules a little bit and open the door again to put the second one in. I probably should have made these, they should be a little more round than oblong. Probably using the wrong spoon for this, but I don't think my kids are going to complain that they're too big, right? Have your kids ever complained that a cookie was too big? These were my sister's favorite. And my grandmother used to make our favorite cookies and send them to us in college. And she used popcorn as the padding. So that was like a double treat. Okay, now I've got this little tray of meringues. I'm going to throw the... Goodness, sorry, buddy. Throw this one in. And I'm going to do the other one, and you don't need to watch me do that, but I hope that you really enjoy these. These are so easy, and they're flexible. As I said, maybe you want to try with the strawberries. Maybe you want to try with white chocolate chips or, you know, whatever. I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.